This is part 3 of our Culture and Diversity project, and our topic was welcoming a new ELL student to our classroom from another country. The first topic that we found that kind of supports what we did was a talk from Elder Patrick Kiernan about refuge from the storm, and I just really loved the fact that he went into the scriptures where everything that we do for this student is basically doing it unto Christ, and that we should make sure that when we help this student, we do absolutely everything that we can, because 1 in every 122 people is a refugee, and half of those are students and children. So when you have this new student in your classroom, make sure you begin on your knees in prayers and think of terms of doing stuff for them that would help them adapt to their circumstances as well as possible. And the way you react to that student in your classroom doesn't define them, but it defines us as a teacher.
Okay, the next article is called Science for All, including students from non-English language backgrounds. And this article talked about instructional congruence, which is mediating the nature of academic content with students' language and cultural experiences in order to make the content accessible, meaningful, and relevant for the diverse students. And it also talked about how teachers need an understanding and appreciation for the different students' language and cultural experiences, and they also need the ability to relate the content that they're teaching to students' background experiences and build on those experiences in order for them to gain new knowledge. And it focused on literacy development and how focusing on academic and social discourse can really help the student adjust in the classroom.
ELL Strategies for Paraprofessionals is an article by Michelle Lawrence, and it comes from a bunch of schools in Colorado, and it talks about steps that can help a paraprofessional, and the first steps are getting to know the student, their background and needs, helping the student feel comfortable, get to know the teacher, and see where they need help with the student, help the student academically by helping them understand expectations and objectives in the class, help them find the right answer if they're struggling with it, and encourage them to give the right answer if they have it, help them be on the same page with the class, interpretation help along with helping the students with needs they may struggle with, as well as helping them socially so that they do not get bullied.
The National Education Association encourages us to be an advocate for ELL students. We are encouraged to identify some questions that we can ask ourselves to induce change. We can ask ourselves, what can I do in my classroom? What can I do in my school? What can I do in my district? What can I do in my community? And how can I collaborate with other non-school-based communities? It's so important as educators that we find opportunities and identify these issue questions so that we can help these ELL students. And it's super important for us to understand and know that we are not alone when we have these students in our classroom. And if we know that we're not alone and we have all these resources, then we're able to educate these students properly to help them succeed in their schooling. So some steps we can take are to address the issue, hold parent-teacher conferences. 2, know what programs are offered that can assist the student and family. 3, familiarize ourselves with ELL programs and rights. And 4, create opportunities, organize, and educate the community.
Another thing that we as teachers need to remember when we have these students in our classroom is to take the time that is required of us to really get to know and understand them. The more we know, the more we understand is an article by Andrea Pesky about that, and she says sharing culture is vital to understanding it. Very often people feel uneasy about things they aren't familiar with or don't understand. In our culturally diverse classroom, sharing is vital. Once we understand it, it's easier to accept. There are many ways to embrace these differences constructively an all-time classic is to have students introduce themselves. They can talk about where they are from, where they work, what they like to do, etc. This helps bring things out in the open, and you can ask questions about things you are unfamiliar with regarding their culture too. In fact, this can be done as often as you want with most of the material covered in class. So we just need to remember to take the time needed to truly understand our students, and this will show them that we truly care, and it will help them adjust in the classroom. So these were all the resources we found that just backed up and supported part 2 of our project, and that is the end of part